All right, let's talk about something that can be a total game changer for businesses: custom software. We're talking about building technology that actually works for you and your team, exactly the way you need it to. Your business, your rules.
So let me start with a question that might hit a little close to home. Do you ever feel like you're trying to shove your team's unique way of working into a piece of software that just doesn't get it? It's a huge pain point. Your team ends up spending more time figuring out workarounds than they do on the actual work. And that's when you know that a generic, one-size-fits-all solution is probably causing more problems than it solves.
And that's exactly where custom software development comes into the picture. It's pretty much what it sounds like: designing and building a solution from the ground up specifically for what you need to do. The best way to think about it? It's like the difference between buying a suit off the rack and getting one tailored just for you. One of them is guaranteed to fit perfectly.
Okay, so let's get into the big question. Why even bother going custom? In this first part, we're going to break down the key advantages you get with a tailored solution versus something prepackaged.
So what you're seeing here are three of the biggest wins. A tailored solution means the software is built around your business processes, not some other company's idea of how you should work. Future scalability is huge. It means the system can grow right alongside your business, handling more users and more data without even breaking a sweat. And then there's enhanced security. When you build it yourself, you control the architecture, which lets you plug security holes that off-the-shelf products might have. But wait, there's more. The benefits don't stop there. Easy integration is a massive one. You can design the software to talk perfectly with all the other systems you already use. Then you've got long-term savings. Sure, the upfront cost might be higher, but you get to say goodbye to those never-ending monthly license fees. And finally, market agility. This gives you the power to adapt and roll out new features way faster than the competition.
So you see the advantages, right? But what does custom software actually look like? What kind of things can you build? In this next section, we'll explore the amazing range of solutions you can create from scratch.
Well, first up, we're talking about the apps we all use every day. This could be a custom web application built to handle really complex business logic. And for mobile, you've got options. You can build a native app for the absolute best performance on iOS or Android, or you can go with a cross-platform app that uses a single code base to reach both audiences, which can be super efficient.
But we can think even bigger than that. Developers can build massive enterprise systems, the internal software that powers the operations of a huge company. They can also build scalable SaaS, or software as a service products. Just think of any online tool you pay a monthly subscription for. That's a SaaS product, and you can build your very own, ready for the cloud.
And this right here. This illustrates two of the most important behind-the-scenes jobs. System integration is all about getting your different tools, your databases, your APIs, all your separate systems to finally talk to each other and work as one. And legacy modernization? That's a delicate art. It's like renovating a historic building while keeping it open for business. You're updating that critical but old software without grinding your entire workflow to a halt.
Okay, so the what is clear. Now let's get into the how. How do you actually go about finding, engaging, and getting the right development partner on board to build this stuff? This is the hiring playbook.
A really key part of the process is choosing how you want to work together. And you've got plenty of options. A dedicated team works only on your project, nobody else's. Fixed price is great for projects where the requirements are crystal clear and won't change. Time and material is perfect for more complex projects where the scope might need to evolve. And staff augmentation lets you bring in a few skilled developers to fill some gaps in your own team.
The process itself is usually very straightforward and structured, which is great. It all starts with a super deep dive into what you actually need. Then the talent gets screened. You get a short list of the best, and you interview them yourself. Once you give the thumbs up, they're onboarded right into your workflow, and the project kicks off with clear goals. It's all designed to be really transparent and seamless.
And now for the section I'm sure everyone's been waiting for. Is it actually worth it? Let's break down the value proposition and really understand the return on this kind of investment.
The crucial point is laid out perfectly right here. On one side, you've got this endless cycle of license fees for off-the-shelf software. You're basically renting it. You pay every single month, every single year, and you never build any equity. On the other side is the custom model. Yeah, there's an initial cost to build it, but after that, you own it. It's your asset. And over time, getting rid of those recurring fees often makes ownership the far, far more cost-effective choice.
Of course, the cost isn't a one-size-fits-all number. It's usually broken down very transparently based on a few key things: the experience level of the developers,
which engagement model you choose, the complexity and scope of what you're building, and finally, the overall duration and size of the team.
And you can really see how this custom approach gets applied all over the place. From healthcare, which needs incredibly secure and compliant systems, to logistics, needing real-time tracking, all the way to fintech, which requires super robust platforms for digital transactions. Custom solutions are all about adapting to solve very specific problems in very specific industries. And here's what that looks like in the real world. This is a quote from Jason, the CEO of Park, and he highlights that their year-long project ended up with a quality, stable solution that was ready for both investors and a live market. I mean, that's the end goal, right? A real, tangible product that actually makes an impact.
You know, success in this space really comes down to the depth of the talent pool. The best partners have access to a huge network of vetted tech experts, over 250 in this case, all screened and ready to be matched with the perfect project.
And that expertise often has a truly global reach. When you've built solutions for businesses in over 40 countries, it proves you've got a ton of experience handling different markets, different regulations, and different user expectations all around the world. So, after all of that, let's bring it all home. For our final section, let's think about your next move and where custom technology might fit into the future of your business.
You know, if there's one single thing to take away from all this, it should be this. Technology is, and always will be, about people. Great software isn't just about writing code. It's about finding the right technical partners who value accountability, who communicate clearly, and who are focused on one thing: building a solution that delivers a real, measurable impact for you.
And that leaves us with a final big thought. As the world gets more digital and business needs become more and more unique, is a custom-built software solution still just a luxury for the big guys? Or has it actually become an absolute necessity for anyone who's serious about competing and innovating? That's something to think about.